Welcome to Fire Rescue One's Extra Alarm, your audible source of original content from Fire Rescue One. This is Mark Bayshore, and I'll be the voice of this content for you. Listen to Fire Rescue One content when you're out and about, driving to or from work, when you're looking for some alone time at the station, or during your career development time. And yes, we should all set aside some time each week for learning opportunities. Make sure to listen to the end because I'll be sharing my insights on the topic as well. Let's get started. Fleeing to the firehouse when work becomes an escape. Are you really committed to the work, or are you simply avoiding problems at home? That's the premise by Dr. Zemlok. Dr. Zemlok is a licensed clinical psychologist in California, specializing in work with first responders, families. Dr. Zemlok founded First Responder Family Psychology, which provides culturally competent therapy to first responders and their families. She is author of the Firefighter Family Academy, a guide to educate and prepare spouses for the career ahead. Here we go. You find yourself putting in extra hours at work, and surprisingly, it doesn't seem to faze you. Is it due to a shortage of staff, maybe the allure of financial gain, or has it simply become easier to be at work than at home? For many firefighters, the answer could be a combination of all three. But let's focus on the latter. Why it becomes all too easy to choose work over home life, and how this can develop into a significant problem if left unaddressed. The predictability of an unpredictable shift. For firefighters, the job embodies familiarity and a sense of purpose that contrasts sharply with the complexities of home life. While the work of firefighting is often unpredictable, the muscle memory of training gives it order, allowing them to be confident even in the chaos. At home, it's a different kind of chaos, but one they're not trained on how to manage. When you suit up and step into that station, you enter a world where your responsibilities are clear and the tasks at hand are ones you know how to handle well. The structured environment also allows for an immediate sense of achievement, whether marking off tasks on a checklist or receiving gratitude from grateful strangers. In this atmosphere, camaraderie and teamwork shine. You're in it together, sharing the weight of the responsibilities, and the atmosphere is often light, where serious conversations give way to humor and team spirit. Uncertainty. Making the transition from work to home. Once you leave the station after a shift, the dynamics shift dramatically. Life becomes complicated and fraught with challenges that can be hard to define. Relationships may become strained, communication can feel difficult, and expectations become unclear. Unlike firefighting, there is no checklist for navigating home life, and it can leave you feeling lost. For some, home can feel lonely, especially for those who have recently divorced or who have stopped connecting with friends outside of the fire service. This is when things can spiral and lead you to seek solace elsewhere. As you take on more shifts to escape the difficulties at home, you inadvertently create a cycle that leads to even less time spent with family. The more you invest in work reduces the time available to nurture relationships, communicate, and resolve conflicts. Over time, this cycle intensifies the emotional distance, fostering feelings of isolation, frustration, and alienation. When work becomes a refuge. For many, difficulties in relationships, sleep challenges, and ineffective coping strategies can make work feel like an escape or a refuge. The simplicity and structure of firefighting create clarity. Calls come in and you know exactly what steps to take. This sense of direction makes it easier to avoid confronting tougher issues at home. In departments that require a lot of overtime, it can be all too easy to take on more hours to avoid the overwhelming at home, particularly when you don't know how to address your personal situation. Many firefighters convince themselves that they are financially providing for their families by working these extra hours when they might actually be hiding from the emotional and relational issues waiting for them at home. This dynamic underscores the temptation by some firefighters to use work as a means of avoidance. Each call answered and every shift taken may provide temporary relief. However, they deepen the emotional divide experienced outside the fire station. When relationship avoidance goes both ways. Interestingly, the same sentiment often applies to the spouses of fire service professionals. Many partners express that it's almost easier when their firefighter spouse is gone. But why is that? What makes it easier to be apart? Is it the heightened stress and tension when the firefighter is present? The lack of emotional engagement that everyone is tiptoeing around? The disproportionate sharing of responsibilities, leaving the non-fire spouse feeling as though their firefighter spouse is just one more human to manage? Clearly, something important is being left unaddressed. This profession can create both physical and emotional distance in relationships, which may evolve into unhealthy escape. It allows individuals to sidestep the awkwardness, resentment, and frustration that often accompany intimate relationships. To combat this, it's vital to explore the reasons behind the avoidance. Is it genuinely about the job and the financial need, or is there a deeper desire to find comfort in an environment that feels secure and predictable? Confronting emotional challenges. If this resonates with you, take some time to reflect on the aspects of your life that you want to improve. What would your ideal situation look like? Then, follow this 4-step structured approach. Number 1, define your vision. Write down specific, achievable goals related to your identified areas. Number 2, define the path. Work backward from your grand vision, identifying concrete actions. Step 1, Step 2, Step 3, and so on, that will lead you toward those goals. Number 3, declare your intention. Discuss your goal with your support network to foster accountability and encouragement. Number 4, embark on your change journey. Start taking steps, no matter how small they may be. If the situation relates to your relationship, remember that avoiding tough conversations and emotional challenges only exacerbates them. I promise there's almost never a time when they resolve by themselves overnight. People often just decide to stop discussing them and move on, but that is not a resolution. Instead of shying away from tough conversations, commit to addressing these issues head on. Use effective, non-defensive conversation starters, such as, I think we're both facing some challenges right now, and I'd like us to work together to find solutions. Can we talk about what's been bothering us? And, I really appreciate everything we've built together, and it's important to me to keep our connection strong. Can we have an open conversation about something that's been on my mind? If you're feeling stuck in this cycle, don't hesitate to reach out for professional help. It doesn't have to be a long-term commitment. Sometimes external guidance can be a real catalyst for meaningful change. Finding a work-life balance that honors your needs. The desire to run from emotional struggles through increased time at work may serve as a temporary fix, but confronting these deeper issues can lead to a healthier lifestyle that embraces both career fulfillment and personal well-being. For firefighters and anyone in demanding professions, it's essential to reflect on your work-life balance. Next time the option for overtime presents itself, take a moment to consider why it might be so easy to lean into that choice. Assess how your decisions impact your relationship and overall well-being. Are you using work as a refuge to avoid deeper emotional challenges, or are you genuinely seeking fulfillment in both your professional and personal life? To promote balance, consider implementing strategies such as setting boundaries around work hours when possible, prioritizing communication with loved ones, and dedicating quality time to home life. By consciously working toward equilibrium, you can enhance your sense of fulfillment in both work and home life. You deserve a fulfilling life that honors both. Well, Dr. Z hits on a sensitive subject there for sure. Look, I'm no psychologist, but I know for sure that bottling up and not talking about things is no way to be. Nothing healthy comes from that kind of environment. There's a book I recommend to folks that can help you with difficult conversations, especially with work members, but it can also help with home, and that's Fierce Conversations by Dr. Susan Scott. It's a book that helped me, and I think it'll help you if you're having those struggles. But any way you look at it, bottling up and just going to work to get away from everything that's going on at home is no way to be. So I encourage you to think about that and go back and listen to this article again if you need to. Thanks for listening in today, and remember, you can find this article and many more on firerescue1.com. This is Mark Bayshore asking you to keep safe, stay smart, and take care.